peace and all good things. Around this time of the beginning of autumn and around the feast of St. Francis, I oftentimes reflect upon my own Franciscan vocation, what called me to become a friar, following the example of Christ in the footsteps of St. Francis. And I wanted to share some personal testimonies and some personal reflections over the next few weeks, and perhaps what are some ways in which we can all live the Franciscan ideals, the Franciscan tradition, no matter where we may find ourselves or what our walk of life is. And today I wanted to share with you probably my biggest reason personally for becoming a friar, something that I really love about the Franciscan charism and the Franciscan tradition, and that is the importance of community. I remember growing up in my parish and seeing the friars coming from all different walks of life, different ages, different nationalities, whatever the case may be, and yet they all had similar values. This love for Christ, love of St. Francis, and the desire to grow in humility and in the love that they had for each other, surrounding the example and the love that they had for St. Francis and for Christ. And that really attracted me. Today, I think that we live in a very individualistic culture, which is all about me. And to see a group of men that I saw growing up who really lived as a community, to put their differences aside and to follow a similar ideal and to live by a similar rule, a way of life, was really attractive and really struck me. And I think that we can all live in a greater community, have a communal mindset in our lives today, no matter where we may find ourselves. As a church, I think that it's so important that we go to church weekly or daily, and that when we come to churches as the body of Christ, we come together forming a community. That's not just about me and God, but we truly have a community there praying for each other, supporting each other. I think that's very important. I think, secondly, a community within our family, our friends. I saw the friars coming together with such joy for prayers, for meals, for times of recreation. I think in our own family, sometimes we can perhaps take for granted that time that we have together, whether that be around the dinner table, whether that be to share a movie or a game together, or the possibility to come together as a family to pray. I think that's so important and something that we should not take for granted. And I think lastly, this community really calls us to build bridges between our differences. I think that even though, again, as I saw the friars coming from all different walks of life, different nationalities, different ways of viewing the world in a certain sense, they came with a common purpose, a common mission. And how we, if we are united under Christ, united to be men and women of peace and love, this can really build bridges and heal division and differences in which we may see among our brothers and sisters and among ourselves. So today, I must say that I am a friar and I love the community life. I think that we can all live community as St. Francis has called us to by being a part of the church, by never taking for granted the time that we have with our family and friends, and by building bridges with those who may think or act different than we do and treat them as our brothers and sisters. God bless you.